Yeah. Guess who's back, baby? It's been like 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 years, maybe. I'm back now. Yep, I'm back. And now we're gonna be watching some Simpsons prediction crap on top 5's on now. Let's go. It's great to be back. Oh, if my video would start. Come on.
There are many different variations of this topic on YouTube already. I'm a Simpsons fan myself, and I thought I'd put together some odd theories that relate to past Simpson episodes. Don't take this video too seriously, as I simply just connect the dots between Simpsons episodes and events that are happening now. Number 5. Holographic projection entertainment. Although this isn't really a prediction, it's more of a prediction of an invention, but it's still a possibility. In this episode titled Holidays of Future Past from the 23rd season, the plot takes place in the future. It shows Bart living in a classroom in Springfield Elementary. It shows him watching a third-dimensional projected image which interacts with the room's surroundings. While watching an episode of Itchy and Scratchy, you can see the blood splatter across the room, even though the blood is merely a hologram. This might actually become a possibility in the future, as we have seen much holographic use in the past few years. This has ranged from performances to communication. Some people even believe that some of Obama's speeches are holographic. In 2010, tech websites predicted that we would have holographic TVs by 2017. As of today, some TVs use holographic displays, but they're not quite as advanced as in The Simpsons. Holographic technology has been around for 70 years, but we still can't seem to make it as entertaining as seen in the movies. This is simply because of the cost. At the moment, it's mainly the scientific community looking into holographic technology, and therefore, not much funding is available. Even though there were predictions for 2017, right now, holographic technology doesn't look like it will be invented for even the next 5 years. We can only hope that a big company starts to fund it to boost production. Number 4. Machine uprising. In this episode titled Them Robot from the 23rd season, Mr. Burns makes all employees at the power plant take a drug test. After the tests are complete, Mr. Burns' lawyer informs him that the drug tests are quite costly, so in response to this, he replaces all power plant workers with robots. This causes unemployment rates to reach an all-time high. The only human left working there is Homer. Homer loses his mind trying to communicate with the robots because they do not respond to any interaction. Homer then accidentally breaks a robot, and when trying to repair it, he realizes that they have an artificial intelligence function. After this, they become way too friendly, so more modifications are made, and this is when the machines take over. Now this could become a high possibility, as within the past few months, many companies have decided to employ robots over humans. A McDonald's in Phoenix, Arizona has decided to launch a restaurant run entirely by robots. After receiving a loss for 9 years straight, the branch decided to cut some expenses, so fired employees and is now replacing them with robots. However, a few human employees will remain to maintain the robots. The store is planning to open on July 4th, 2016. The McDonald's CEO also warned that all human jobs will soon be replaced with robots, as it is cheaper than employing people on minimum wage. Also, as of February 2016, car manufacturer Mercedes-Benz has replaced humans for robots on their assembly lines. More and more companies from around the world have begun to replace humans for robots, as it is much cheaper. So could a robot uprising be coming soon? Number 3. Donald Trump becomes president. This episode, titled Bart to the Future, was released in 2000. It is the 17th episode of the 11th season. The Simpsons family go to a casino. As Bart isn't allowed in because he's underage, he tries to sneak in. He successfully sneaks in but gets caught immediately, and is then sent into...
Trying to say something about Donald Trump being put in it. It ain't gonna happen. Sorry to say. He's running for president. He only has his fans because he's rich. Don't forget that. God, this power button.
Office of the owner. The owner then shows him his future, and the rest of the episode takes in the future. The future shows that Bart has become a pathetic loser, while his sister Lisa has become the president of the United States. Once in office, Lisa states that the president before her was Trump, and that he caused some financial turmoil in America's budget, and claims he left the country broke. Milhouse then goes on to explain that the previous administration tried to invest in the children of America to build a better future, but failed. Now, there is a very big chance that Trump might become the next president of the United States, as he seems to be dominating the presidential campaign. However, if he becomes president, he may not cause damage to the financial budget, but I guess we'll have to wait and see.
He's dominating everything. Okay. Freaking another light in here. It's so dark. Freaking dark in here. These light things are not working. I'll take over and break everything. Yeah, dominating. I'm pretty sure it does not work with buckcrack. Okay.
The writers for the episode, Dan Greeny, has commented on the episode saying it was a warning for America, showing how insane America will truly be in the future. He said, "It just seemed to be like the logical last step before hitting the bottom. It was pitched because it was consistent with the vision of America going insane." Number 2, end times. This isn't much of a prediction, as they were predicting what was going to happen on Y2K. The Y2K scare came as the approach of the year 2000. This was because computer programmers had to update the details on many technological softwares, but because the programmers represented the 4-digit year with only the final 2 digits, the year 2000 became indistinguishable to the year 1900, and therefore, many people believed technology was going to fail and cause an apocalypse. But clearly, as we're still here, the programmers managed to fix the bug. However, in the episode, many occurrences match happenings of the past few years, so the apocalypse could be right around the corner. Coming from Season 11, Episode 4 from the Treehouse of Horror franchise, this segment is titled Life's a Glitch and Then You Die. It begins with a countdown to the year 2000. Lisa then warns Homer of impending danger of 40 units within the Y2K's bug system. Once the clock hits midnight, it comes to the realization that Homer didn't debug the computers at the power plant, and therefore the other computers in the country are affected and the apocalypse begins. All electronics start to fail and planes begin to fall out the sky. This seems familiar, as over the past few years many planes has mysteriously disappeared out the sky without a trace. For example, Egypt Air Flight 804 and Malaysia Airline Flight 370. As for technology failures, we have seen the rise and fall of hoverboards, the malfunction of self-driving cars, and we have seen many software glitches within banking systems. As the episode goes on, the Springfield community can
the hoverboards were the batteries, for one thing. The self-driving cars aren't ready yet. And whatever else talking about the planes, we don't know what happened to them.
In the church, but then abandon this idea and go looting. While out, the Simpsons family come across a hurt Krusty the Clown. They find a note on him, which is an invitation to partake in Operation Exodus. Once they get the location, they find a rocket which is going to Mars. Many famous people are queuing up to go aboard. This might actually become a reality, as NASA are planning to colonize Mars by the year 2030. But I'm guessing not any average Joe will get the golden ticket. As there is so much war on Earth already, this could lead to an outer space war, and the idea could lead to real-life Star Wars. Lisa is allowed to board the rocket, but can only bring Marge with her, which leads to Homer and Bart finding a different rocket. They then go inside and notice that instead of heading for Mars, the rocket is heading for the sun. They then hit an eject button and float off into space, and the episode ends. So could have Y2K just been a warning to the impending doom waiting to come as we progress with technology? Number 1. Reptilian Politicians. This episode is the first episode of the 8th season. It is also part of Treehouse of Horror franchise. In this segment called Citizen Kang, we see Homer fishing in a lake. He is then abducted by aliens. The aliens demand that Homer brings them to the leaders of his country, so he takes them to the White House where they abduct Bill Clinton. The episode was released on October 27th, 1996. A few days after its release, the 1996 presidential election occurred between Bill Clinton and Bob Dole. Homer explains to the aliens that the election is coming up, so they decide to abduct both candidates. Once abducted, the aliens bioduplicate the men and begin to impersonate them in order to gain full control of the world. Homer is then kicked from the spaceship and tries to explain to his family what's going on, but nobody believes him. He then makes his mission to expose what's really going on, but by the time he finally reveals that they're aliens, it's too late and they're already in power. The aliens then use their power to enslave the human race and build a ray gun to destroy a rival planet. Now you might be thinking, so how does this relate to modern day life? Well, Writer, public speaker, former member of the British Green Party, and world-renowned conspiracy theorist David Icke believes that interdimensional beings from beyond our visible light dimension have possessed or taken form of world leaders in order to bring havoc among the world. Now, this may sound crazy right off the bat, but it actually has historical evidence to back it. However, it would take far too long to get into in this video.
People say, and I understand it completely, you can't shift from a solid body to a solid body and back again. It's daft. I agree completely. You can't. But that's not what's happening. These different physical forms are energetic fields. Let's go back to that image from earlier of the
Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed the being back for one. Now, goodbye.